Yo, what's up? So again, this is now live ES futures 934, 935. I'm just gonna basically, as the order flow is printing, I'm just gonna kind of break down what I see, what I don't see, just giving you a real-time outlook as to what I think the market's gonna do, right? So a couple of things. I just made a post over on School. So what I'm saying is order flow. I use the ATAS platform for order flow. You don't have to use ATAS. You can use ATAS, Sierra Charts, Motive. You can use something, right? But the main message is, drop your ego. So I want you to know that ego is the greatest enemy of a trader. So the bad news is that humans are naturally egotistical, while most of us being in the space under 35. The worst news is that most people who are egotistical do not think they are egotistical. And this is why 90% of people entering the markets fail. It's not 90% of traders fail. Because if 90% of traders fail, then hardly anyone would be making money. 90% of people entering the markets fail, right? And that's because when people enter the markets, they enter with huge amounts of ego, right? And what's even worse is that people who are egotistical don't realize they're egotistical, and that's where the phrase of 90% of people, 90% of traders fail, right? But I would just tweak that and say 90% of people who enter the markets fail. Right? And what's even worse is that there's an easy way to break the cycle, and most people see it right in front of them, but they never actually look to break the cycle. Right? So just trade price action instead of trying to predict it. Right? You have the opportunity to, so do. All right? So, it's not a difficult concept to understand, right? So once you have your levels, assuming you know how to get your levels, let's say you have a level here on ES, right? So I'm looking at this ES level. This is 70.10 to